always be trying to wait on that little slide.
Voice17104.com. This is Zanetta Wingfield, and you're listening to The Voice 17104.com. The Voice 17104.com.
Hello, everyone, and I'm back. We took a little hiatus here for a minute, but I haven't forgotten it. Please don't ever forget what we talk about.
Sure.
And while we're here with the Voice 17104 and the good Pastor Chris Thomas.
Back, sir. Welcome back.
I'd like to tell you something first before I get into this whole current events about Donald. We had a wonderful time here last Saturday with Pastor Chris Thomas and his lovely wife here at the Voice 17104 Christmas Gala and the gathering with the saints of God and their friends and family. And it was lovely. It was lovely.
Praise God.
You know, we had a wonderful evening full of fun and surprises. We had, some of the greatest people I've met in a while. You know, because it's one of those events where you socialize, you get some of the Word of God, you gather with your friends and other friends and new friends, and it was wonderful. I could take the whole show talking about it.
We appreciate
you know what I mean, with all the good brothers, the Bishop and Brother Ron, and you know, and if y'all familiar with Brother Ron, it's Brother Ron Chapel, you know, and others. And again, I could take the whole show, this name. I just want to name a few, you know. But anyway, I just wanted to give a nice shout out to the Thomases for putting on such a wonderful event. Now, without further ado, let's get into Donald not being allowed to run in Colorado, which he should not be allowed to run in any of the 50 states, as far as I'm concerned. Colorado is just the beginning. People will let the voters decide. He ain't care nothing about the voters when he committed that insurrection. The voters had already spoke.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Well, we should let the voters. I don't want to hear that foolishness. The voters spoke and said, you lost, Joe Biden won. He's the new president. Oh, no, you didn't want to hear that. Did he? Did he want to hear that? No, he did not. So now all this foolishness once, the Supreme Court in Colorado proved that he cannot be on the ballot in this state. And that was Supreme Court, not the Superior Court, not the Commonwealth Court, not the Court of Appeals, not the Court of Common Pleas. This was the Superior Court. I mean, the Supreme Court in Colorado that said, no, you can't be on this court. You can't be on this ballot in this state. And rightfully so. The voters had already spoken. The voters of the United States had already spoken. So what are you talking about? I can see on CNN and Fox and all them other radio and media stations. Some Republicans on there talking, well, the voters, and what really surprised me, well, it really shouldn't have, but all of the Republican candidates who was running against Donald agreed that should not have happened. So that just told me what we're getting in you. That it's okay for people to commit a treasonous act in the United States and get away with it. Oh no, people went to jail. No, he didn't go to jail. He is the creator. He fostered this idea. He implemented this idea over the course of a year before the election. So we were setting this conspiracy in motion before somebody took one vote. That if he loses, he's not leaving. Then he get with his buddy Steve Bannon and all the rest of them hoods, because that's what they are. Thugs, as he like to call us, and other people of color. You got the, but they the real hoods. See, he got together with them, man. They had a plan. Like before the election, Steve Bannon had a meeting. Steve Bannon said, "Well, I don't care about no outcome of the election. He ain't leaving. We're just not gonna go." Do you think this is a banana republic? This is the United States of America. Yes, he's getting out of here. We have a constitution, which he totally ignores. Look at these current court cases. Every time the judge put a decision down on it, he violated. Had it been you and I, we've been sitting out the Dauphin County prison without a thought. He just flaunts his contempt for authority at any hand because he thinks he's the ultimate authority. Pay attention to that, folks. But he told you that way back in 2016 when he was running against Hillary Clinton. He says, "I know more than the general." Ultimate authority. No, it don't stop there. Every time we have one of these sessions, I tell you to think. Think. I know more than the generals. I'm not the UK. This is a cult that no matter if it's right or wrong or indifferent, he has set him up to be the ultimate authority, the last rule given in this judgment. Yes, that's a dictatorship. Now, and I'm glad the Colorado Supreme Court was able to see that. And I'm hoping that the United States Supreme Court is able to see that, because you know what happens in a dictatorship? Supreme Court of the United States, you cease to exist. Is there a Supreme Court in North Korea? Is there a Supreme Court in Russia? Look at every one of them countries that's under the dictatorship. They don't have no Supreme Court. And what does that tell you about a dictator? I make the decisions on every level. America, you're not used to that. You won't even know how to handle that. But that's what he intends to do, and he tells you every day. Read an article the other day. His daughter, what's her name? Ivanka Trump. My father goes to bed every night with copies of Hitler's speeches on his night table. That's what prompted him to jump on TV the other day and said, I've never read Mein Kampf. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. That's the book Hitler wrote while he was in jail in Germany. My struggle is what it means. Back then, Hitler was laying his plans to become a dictator of Germany. It is long before he became that he wrote Mein Kampf. This Trump, he started a little late, but it's always how he believed. And if you go back over his history, when he wrote that scathing article in the New York Times about the Central Park Five, he had them tried, convicted, and put to death the minute they was identified. Wasn't interested in the court, any lawyers, any judges. He wasn't interested in none of that when he wrote that article. My problem in that whole thing is that the New York Times reported it. It wasn't news. Nobody's been convicted. They were arrested. And even that was illegal. They did a whole lot of funny things in that case. But they posted Donald Trump's op-ed, because that's all it amounted to. It was his opinion. And they posted, destroying the lives of 5 men. It was kids at the time. Pay attention to what's going on around you. The Supreme Court, especially you, because you're done. Donald Trump get in that office, he will alter America forever. Well, you let him get in and think you're safe. The Colorado Supreme Court knew they weren't safe with him in that office. He can't run for, right? You gonna reverse that? You better think about that, because your career will be over. You'll be standing at the doors of the United States Supreme Court, shaking your hand on your way out. Thanks for serving. Thanks for serving, because you're done. It's the same thing OBB is trying to do over there in Israel. Get rid of the Supreme Court. One thing about the Israelis ain't going for that. No ways. You ain't having no dictator here, especially not you. Think about it, people. This is Christmas time. The most wonderful time of the year. I think so. I've always loved this quarter of the year. September, October, November, December. Great. It's great. It's been a tough year. The ups and downs. You know what I mean? But we got through it. You know what I mean? Here we are, it's Christmas time again. Jesus said, love one another as I have loved you. You know, it's one of the commandments he gave at the Last Supper to the disciples. You know what I mean? And that's one commandment that was specifically shared with them at the Last Supper that I've always think about, especially when you see the world today and the conditions that is in. And we witness things that we've never thought we would see. Nothing that we could imagine. I couldn't imagine United States citizens attacking their government. January 6th, 2021. I was sick and afflicted in the hospital watching that. Nothing I could have imagined. And I wish these people get just pick up a history book and read it. They say, well, ain't that, boy? Something, well, you wasn't even formed. You were your government. There was no government. You was trying to form one. You was under English control. You was a territory at best. Oh, the 13 colonies. Please shut up. He was just trying to find out who you were. The English said, wait a minute, what are you doing? War of Independence. Well, you wanted your independence. You wanted to be away from England and all that good stuff. Okay, we give you that. But you wasn't no organized government for real. You didn't even have a president. Your first president was George Washington. Oh, people. No. When you go and hear, either you're going to enter these debates, even if you desire to. Because sometimes my grandfather always told me, never talk to a fool. And you know why? Because after 3 to 5 minutes, a third party listening to this is not going to know who's who. And don't ever want to be identified as a foolish person. Have your facts, know your history, and know their history because they put it in the book. They like the Germans, they write everything down. That's how that's how the rest of the world was able to convict them at Nuremberg. They wrote everything down. Concentration camps, where they located, how many people was up. You talking stupid here. Was that going to be your legacy? Don't ever let a foolish act be a legacy. You know what I mean? Integrity, pride, decency. Let these be your legacy. Anything other than that, which is on that scale, shouldn't even be considered, and nobody should be considered that don't possess these qualities should be in the White House. No. Well, I've been with you in a while, so I try to put various subjects in there, things that stimulate thought, you know. But loving you, missing you, love these sessions we have, you know what I mean? Because they're designed to stimulate the mind, to have the mind think about things that surround you each and every day, be it on a local level, state level, national level. Keep your eye on the ball. Take a little time out this joyous season to enjoy friends and family, the exchanging of the gifts, the children, you know what I mean? Because they are our future, you know? And just be kind to one another. You know what I mean? Some of the people you look at and it's difficult for them. I heard, I'm gonna leave you with this. I heard one of my favorite Christmas carols the other day, one of them. Peace on earth, goodwill to men. And it makes you think. But the words that preserve us, comfort us in that, as one of the verses says, that he bowed his head and after hearing peace on earth, goodwill to men, God says there is no peace on earth. He said, for hate is strong and mocks the song, peace on earth, goodwill. As it goes further, it says, God is not dead, nor does he slumber. He is a watchful eye. He sees what evil men have done to other men. And men means women, children. And all I'm just saying is keep your faith in God, not in men. Flesh will fail you every time. Faith in God and enjoy your wonderful Christmas holiday. If it's, I'll say Happy Hanukkah, I'll say Merry Christmas, say Happy Kwanzaa. Enjoy your spirit-filled, fun-loving holiday and be kind to one another and to yourself. Take care. That's it, Pastor.